the resonance, man. Like I'm floating in a bubble bath with that flavor, you know? Just kind of feeling the flow, Faux show, give me some more. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of What the Fizz, which is sparkling reviews for FOOS. On today's episode, what we got here today is... what we got over here? What do we got over here? We actually have, I just actually thought this was funny because I had found my Crash Bandicoot disc, which was like the original Crash Bandicoot PS1 disc, like that my parents got me, that, you know, the one game that you bought when you got the PS1 for the first time back in like 95, 96, right? And this is the actual copy that I still have. I bet it's still playable too. It doesn't seem very scratched or anything like that, but it's actually pretty freaking hilarious that I got this. I just thought I'd throw that in there. But very, very much so all the nostalgia. I'm sure you saw me with the Crash shirt and everything like that. Pretty sweet. Keep that right over here. Alright, on to the review for the waters. Okay, what we got here today on the show is... oh, nope, that's my weed. First, we have the Montellier Grapefruit, and we have the Montellier Lime. That's right. It's going to be a double whammy, double fisting, both of these guys. Just not really at the same time necessarily. So, we're going to start off first with giving this a little bit of a go. With the first taste. Now, of course, we're going to go through the price points of everything here. This guy here is usually about, what is it about? This guy here is usually about $1 or $1.25 when it's on sale price. Usually get about 5 for $5, that sort of deal. They do have them the 6-packs now that come for about $6.99, sometimes $5.99 or $4.99 when I've seen them on sale. Of course, there's your calories. Content in here is going to be a liter. Let's give this pamplemousse a go. First taste. The resonance, man. Like I'm floating in a bubble bath with that flavor, you know? Just kind of feeling the flow, Faux show, give me some more. Yeah, so this guy here, I gotta give it high credit for sure. The grapefruits are probably, arguably the most common of flavors, I would say. I love the grapefruit from pretty much everyone who has to offer the grapefruit, the Perriers, etc., etc. But with these guys, they do a fantastic job, actually. It's just such a, it's the carbonation. The carbonation, I feel, is like more of a mid to lower range carbonation, and it doesn't go against, you know, the taste in that regard, because like any less zinginess or less freshness or anything like that. It just kind of flows really smoothly, right? Like you can kind of chug it back, but not quite as fast, right? Still has a little bit of that burn, but what you're getting out of that is a lot more flavor, right? So it punches you in the mouth pretty good with that. After the come down from the first taste, coming down to the aftertaste, it actually does a pretty good job at satisfying those taste buds you got, those buds, man. As opposed to this bud here, no. So for the grapefruit, I'm going to give the first taste a solid 9.3, and I'm going to give the aftertaste a solid 9.3 as well, leaving the balance at a solid 9.3 also. Keep in mind the balance isn't always going to be just from the first taste to the aftertaste, but it's also just everything that's going on, you know, when you take that sip, you just let it resonate, let it come down really smooth. So yeah, with that guy, we're going to set that at a 9.3 all across the board. And you ever gotta get some of the like, grapefruits, you know, you're always worried that you're gonna be like, it's too sharp or anything like that. Quite the opposite, right? Not that sharp. You still have that taste that's very flavorful, but it's not too sharp where it's gonna shy you away from it. So with that, being with the lower carbonation, with the smoothness, I would have to say smoothness on this guy, very, very solid. I'll give it about a 9.1. Flavor, of course, just goes along with that smoothness. I'm going to give that a 9.2. They just did a fantastic job at mastering that. You know, you got to give them credit where credit is due. and they're definitely due for that credit when it comes to something like that, because it's a difficult game. You know, the sparkling water game is kind of booming. It's getting bigger and bigger, slowly but surely. Don't call me Shirley, as Leslie Nielsen would say. Airplane. Love that movie. Love that movie. Check it if you haven't seen it, by the way. So when it comes to the Montellier, they do a fantastic job. Canadian company, by the way, so it's good to support the Canadian product. But yeah, definitely probably one of the top 5. Definitely, I would put them in my top 5 for brands when it comes to the sparkling waters over here in the CAN. So I'm gonna just continue on here, putting the AD in the 80 HD. My AD is always HD. Just be sure to remember that. So we had the flavor for the 9.2, the smoothness, the 9.1. Overall value on that guy would give that a 9.2, because it's just for me and for you, because it's so fucking tasty. Sold to the weirdo caveman sitting in the chair with a Mega Man shirt on and the crazy beard with a gap tooth. Welcome. On to the next one. What we got here? Montellier, the Montellier Lime. Okay, running with the brand here. They got like 4 or 5 flavors to choose from. Now, as you've seen on the show before. First taste here. Look, it doesn't even fizz up, man. You know, I missed that splash. Drizzling down, man. Missed that. Like the wave pool from West Edmonton Mall, right in the face. You know, it's kind of refreshing though. You know, you ever do that? Where you're just pretty much like drinking some water or whatever, and you just like let the water kind of splash down your face and dribble down and everything, because it makes you feel more alive, makes you feel more awake. No, I thought so. It's just me. I'm a crazy person. So, first taste. Wow. When they said lime, they ain't messing around. They dropped that lime in there as if it was just like literally squeezing the lime out inside of it and making it carbonated. Again, lower to mid-range carbonation on this guy here, but it doesn't affect the flavor. Now, I will have to say that the sharpness of the lime on this guy is definitely a lot more bold. Definitely a lot more bold when it comes to the comparison. If you're like looking at, let's say, the Perrier lime or the bubbly lime, where it's just kind of got that underlying balanced flavor, kind of like the one you get from the suckers that you're sucking on as a child. That sounded creepy. So when it comes to lime, honestly, literally tastes like they took sugar and they just drizzled a whole bunch of lime over it and threw it in there, right? Like, what it reminds me of is like after taking a tequila shot, which, you know, those days are gone for me, but you take the tequila shot, whatever, and you do the lime at the end. That's literally what it freaking tastes like. Like, you're actually putting your mouth full on the lime. But of course, no sugar on this guy here. Doesn't really take away from it too much. I mean, that first taste is just very powerful. But what I like about it is it does settle down a little bit very nicely, very smooth. So with that being said, I'm going to give the first taste on this one an 8.6. Aftertaste on this one smooths out a little bit better than that, so it's going to give it about an 8.8. The balance is kind of not too straightforward. It's kind of all over the place in a certain way, to a certain point and degree. I'd have to say it does have flow to it. I mean, they weren't lying about the lime. I mean, they're just punching straight in the face of lime, saying like, no, like literally this is like a lime, like lime. The lime? Not like Lyme disease, but you know, the lime. That fruit. So yeah, when it comes to the balance on that guy here, just gonna have to get a little bit of lower score. I just say about an 8.2. Now, because of the lower mid carbonation on this guy here, it actually does have pretty good smoothness. Smoothness factor on here, we're just gonna jump into it and say, yeah, we're gonna say about an 8.7 with the smoothness. They do a pretty good job at the overall balance of it all, right? So people want to call me picky on this, go right ahead. I'm right here. I can take it. I can take the heat, man. I can feel it. Flavor. Now, with the flavor, I mean, like I said, there are points for creativity, but at the same time, points for just being pretty straightforward, punching the gut with it. Okay, lime. Here you go. Tastes like lime. Like I said, like literally sucking on the lime just with all the any of the extra calories and everything like that too. So I mean, you're getting what you ask for when it comes to that. Let's be honest. Like it might not be something that I prefer over the other ones specifically, but if it's something for you, that this is right up your alley for sure. So for the flavor, we're gonna give that guy a 9.1. Which leads us to basically the overall value. Overall value on this guy here, I'm going to lean towards the 8.6. 8.6 for the overall value, simply because it's not my favorite in the world, but at the same time, it does the trick. You know, it's definitely a buyback. Buyback. It's something I would come back for. No problem, no questions asked, that's for sure. Which leads us to the final category here, the final fusion, which is like basically where I just sip hot sauce for no reason. Like, everyone thinks I'm stupid. Even my girlfriend thinks I'm stupid probably with this. I don't know, but it's crazy. Like, I just decided to like end it off with this anyway. Okay, we just take a little bit of the Tabasco here. Load that bad boy up. Rock like an Egyptian. Tee this guy up like this, right? You know, like a little golf ball on the tee. You're gonna swing. Ooh, man, I'm getting pro at this. I'm actually doing a pretty good job. I don't know. I don't know if I should continue doing the final fusion at all, because I'm not really giving you much ammo here to work with. No entertainment when I'm just sucking this guy back. And it's going smoothly. It's going flowing. It's flowing really well. I know I can handle the spice already, but it looks like my tolerance for the spice is contributing to the effect with the waters and everything like that now too. So yeah, I don't know what it is with the balance of everything like that, but it flowed quite nicely and I can't complain too much, but I'm sure I'll regret it later. With that being said, I really do appreciate you guys for checking out this video, tuning in, watching. Drop a like, subscribe, whatever the hell you decide to do. And I hope you guys stay real, and I'll stay Caveman. See you in the next video.